Hey, it's David here. Just got the fabulous phone call from the title company and the solar panel company that we've been negotiating with, and they want $62,000 to pay off a solar panel lien on a property that we're buying as a cash investor, that we're buying the house with solar panels on it, and we're probably just going to throw them away. If you're thinking this week to get solar panels on your house, I want you to really, really consider the contract you're about to sign. The sellers that I'm working with had to pay $62,000 to pay off a solar panels that cost $30,000. The lease term was 25 years with a prepayment penalty up to 5 years. And all this was tied into their house with the equity line of credit with a refinance loan to get a new roof. These people were targeted. They got duped, and it's sad. It's really sad. So I'm going to go over in this video how you deal with it, how we deal with it as realtors, and they offer no value to your house. Before we get started in the video, I'd like to mention that we do buy houses. I'm a real estate broker, been doing this for 20 years, helped over 1,600 families. We could buy the house as is condition. You don't have to remove any furniture. We'll pay all the closing costs. And what we'll do is I'll actually break down the numbers to what we're going to do to the house to remodel it. But I want to get in this video, talk about solar panels. And it's really irritating and annoying what I'm finding out lately and what we're dealing with and what I just dealt with to close on a house. Seniors and parents, mothers and dads and family members are dealing with these long contracts that these seniors most likely don't understand because of either dementia or Alzheimer's or some kind of mental disease, that they get roped into these long contracts that they don't understand about these solar panels. So if you have solar panels on your house that you're trying to sell, I want you to just take a break. I want you to just pause and don't get a buyer involved. You may want to get a real estate agent involved like myself, because what you're going to do is do a title search. You're going to communicate with either the realtor's title search, or you're going to prepay for a title company to go do a title plant search, do a deep dive into the research of the house and see if there's a UCC lien attached to the property. Before you list a home or accept any offers, please do a title search or have your realtor do a title search. That's one of the many things that we do to help you save money and make the most money on houses, believe it or not. I typically make my estate houses anywhere from 20 to 50,000 more than investor offers. And we deal with these solar panels. I've seen families shocked to learn that the solar panels cost so much, especially with this situation that's just pissed me off. They're paying $62,000 to get rid of solar panels that may have cost $8,000 from China. I don't know where they get them from, but I know they charge the hell out of people, and this is not fair. And these are normally financed. So most of the times that I'm finding that every time really, the solar panels are attached with a UCC lien that is only discovered through the title company. So I want to break that down in this video and tell you how to get rid of it and how to sell a house or negotiate some type of payoff with the solar panel company. So this is what we're finding, just so you know. A lot of people, you don't get involved in this title search process until you have a buyer waiting to close on the house. And then if you agree on a set price, you're going to be surprised when you have to pay $62,000 or up to $100,000 for solar panels. I don't know your payoff amount, but what normally happens is that these are attached as UCC liens, and it's not recorded like a traditional mortgage in the county records. It's often filed as a UCC1 financing statement, which gives the solar company a secured interest in the equipment. And this always affects the sale, no matter what. I know that you probably think, oh, just the buyer's going to take over. No, they're not. They don't want the extra payment. It's like an HOA for an apartment building. They don't want the extra payment. They're already paying a high interest on the mortgage itself. They're already paying the high taxes because the property values increased. They don't want your solar panel lien. They don't. Nobody wants it. Here's where families get stuck. The panels are typically financed from mom or dad or uncle, aunt that you're taking care of their estate. They're not outright purchased. The payments are still owed for years. They sign a contract for years, 25 years. The contract may be 5 to 30 years, and there's definitely a prepayment penalty. And most of the times I'm finding these solar panels don't even connect to the electric box to serve the need that they were put on the house for. So you're getting equipment attached to your roof that doesn't even work. And then once someone passes away, they got this lien attached to the property that, and typically the contract was never given to the person. So you can't find any contract on the property, or you have to only go by this UCC lien that's attached. It's ridiculous. And when you go to sell the home, the title company is definitely going to find it. So find it in advance. Before you go to sell a house, my warning in this video is just do a title search with a realtor with a listing agreement. Most likely they need to open escrow, and so you're not scrambling at the end. So I've already gone over this a little bit, and I'm going to retouch on it. So if you're an executor and you're helping your mom or dad sell their house, or your aunt, uncle, you're dealing with an estate, determine if the solar panels that you have on the roof are owned, leased, or financed. And a lot of times you're going to find out that they're not owned, they're partially leased, and the equipment is financed. You're going to confirm with either contacting your favorite real estate agent and do a listing agreement with them if you plan to sell it. Do this way before. It takes about 2 weeks to get the title plant search back. So do this way before you engage someone to list a property. Do a title search. Contact a local title company around the house and see if they'll do a title search for you, and do a deep dive in and get a plant to do the research to see if a UCC lien is attached to the property. I could guarantee you right now that a future buyer, does not want the lien. They don't want the solar panel equipment. They just don't. They don't understand it. And if you're trying to get a mortgage as a buyer, you don't want to have to pay the extra cost of having the lien transferred in your name. So what typically happens, is that you negotiate a payoff with a solar panel company. In the situation I'm dealing with right now, it's $62,000 of the person's equity. So they thought they were going to make 90 something thousand dollars. Now they're going to get 62 minus to pay off a solar panels that their mom engaged with, because she got tricked. You got tricked. She signed a contract with them, but they were never turned on. So for the last 9 months that she put the solar panels on the house, there's been no discount. There's equipment sitting on the roof. So if you decide not to do a title search, not to engage a realtor because you think it's going to cost extra money, and you go ahead and sign a contract with the buyer, make sure you just reserve some funds in the estate. You're probably not going to pay anything without, guess what I'm trying to say is that you want to just reserve some funds, because you're going to get a buyer roped into an agreement. They're not going to want the solar panels, and you're going to have to probably refund their earnest money or option money or appraisal money. So just be aware of that. If you skip the process of doing a pre-search on the title, you may have to owe the buyer some money to back out of a contract. So if you're an executor, an administrator, or helping someone's parent, or helping with someone's estate, and there are solar panels involved, don't assume it's going to be simple, okay? Before you list a home, let's review the contract. Let's get the lien statuses of all the liens attached. That's through a title search. Let's get the payoff organized. It usually takes 30 days once we discover the lien, so it could take up to 6 weeks. So if you're going through the probate process, this is an excellent step to do early on once you file for probate and start working to become an executor. If you filed probate and your family's not really fighting you, or you have a will or no will, you're probably going to get assigned to be executor. And this is a perfect thing to do while you're doing the inventory of the estate. This is one of the crucial steps that you could take to uncomplicate the situation and know exactly what's going to be paid off. And don't hide that from your investors. Please don't hide it, because we know if there's solar panels on the roof, we know what we need to do. So the first thing I ask when people call me is there solar panels on the roof? So let's just clarify to get to closing. If you need help reviewing this situation, if you need help with solar panels, my calendar link is in the description somewhere. It's on my website. And if you just reach out through one of my letters that I send you, I would love to work with you. I do not fear this, because it's usually just a payoff quote with a solar panel company, but it hurts, especially if the house is paid off and this is the only lien attached. My name is Dave Pannell, real estate broker here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and I would love to simplify this. And if the house is in as-is condition or is distressed, We will buy the house under 14 days, and I'll explain to you what I'm going to do. I'll give you the comps to the neighborhood, the street, the school district, and 1 mile radius so you understand the value, not just from Zillow. Thank you, and I'd love to hear from you. Bye bye.